Hey everybody, I am so excited for this new adventure with Because Mama Said So. Today I'm excited to show you sausage and gravy breakfast enchiladas. You're going to start with 12 to 15 eggs, salt, pepper, seasoned salt, and we're going to throw those into a bowl. And we like a lot of pepper at our house, as you can tell. We're going to add all those spices. And then we're also going to add to this, just for a little bit of richness, a little bit of heavy cream. And then we're going to whisk it all together. I don't know about you, but my chicken eggs are so pretty. I love my backyard chickens. But of course, you guys already knew that. We're going to move our egg mixture over to a saucepan that has butter melted in it, because butter makes everything better. Over medium heat, we're going to move our eggs around until they become nice and fluffy. We don't want to overcook them. That's it. Those are perfect. We're going to take our bacon and we're going to cut it into little 1-inch pieces. And then we're going to throw that into our frying pan and enjoy the sounds of sizzling bacon. Of course, reserve your fat. Then we're going to put our sausage in the pan and we're going to mash that up. I love that meat masher. We're going to break it up and we're going to move it around, and we're just going to wait until it's nice and brown. Don't you love my classy Walmart bag hanging on the wall? Ooh, yeah. That's starting to look just about perfect. We're going to need to add just a little bit more fat to the pan, so I'm just going to add about a tablespoon of those drippings we just reserved. So here we're going to go ahead and you'll see I'm going to add our 1/2 cup of flour to our sausage. Since we're making a gravy, it's incredibly important that you add your flour to a fat. And that's going to go for any sauce that you make ever. You want to add that flour to your fat to cook alongside in order to cook out that raw flour taste in the flour. Not only that, when the flour combines with fat, it will stop it from making lumps when you add whatever broth or milk that you're going to add to make your gravy. Fat, flour, milk is the basis for almost every gravy and sauce ever. So here we're going to add about half the amount of our milk and we're going to whisk. You can hear that I'm scraping the bottom of the pan, which is important because you want all those bits and flavor and everything on the bottom. So you can hear we're kind of scraping it, and then it'll start to get nice and thick. And once it starts to do that, you can then add the rest of your milk. Now, I will say this, I have dumped all of the milk all at one time, and I've never had any problem. So we're going to go ahead and whisk that together, and you're just going to cook that until it starts to get bubbly and thick. I always like the Pioneer Woman when she says, think about your day, think about your goals in life while you're waiting for it to thicken. Listen to your kids scream and play. Ah, serenity. So now that it's nice and thick and bubbly, I'm going to add my salt, my pepper, and my seasoned salt. And again, we like a lot of pepper in our house. Now here in a second, you're going to see me grab one of my kids' baby spoons that I've saved because they absolutely make the perfect tasting spoon. So whisk that up, and as you can see, it starts to get nice and thick. And there I am about to pull out my baby's cutlery that I saved. That's the perfect for tasting. At this point, if you wanted to add more seasoning, this would be the perfect time, but I give it a good taste and it is just absolutely perfect. Go ahead and put a couple of scoops of that gravy in the bottom of a 9x13 baking dish. This creates a little bit of a barrier between your tortillas and the bottom of the dish. It's just nice to help keep it from burning. So now we are going to assemble our enchiladas. I thought it would be a fantastic idea to do this one-handed, but you know what? I'm new. So I'm one-handed adding eggs and then our crumbled bacon that we cooked earlier. And then you'll hear me using one hand to dig around in a bag of cheese. We'll add our cheese and then a little bit of salsa over the top. At this point, when I was making this recipe, I thought, oh man, you know it would be awesome to do shredded pepper jack cheese and instead of salsa, do green chilies. That might be something I try next time because that sounds amazing. And here I try to fold with one hand. Good job, Mama. Now I went and recruited Officer McHottie, who happened to be sitting at the counter to hold the phone. We're going to go ahead and go through that step, through those processes again. We're going to do the eggs and the bacon and the cheese and the salsa. Caleb might have to buy me a stand for my iPhone, or he'll have to hold the phone every time that I film. Have a wife, they said. It would be fun, they said. Right, Caleb? So we're adding our salsa, and now we're going to fold those sides in and give it a nice tight roll. And we'll get it fitted into that pan. They'll fit nice and snug, but we are going to get 8 enchiladas in there. While I work on this next one, you've got to look up at the fridge and see my Dr. Now magnet on the fridge that says, you could have easily lost 30 pounds this month. It doesn't stop me from putting butter on everything, but it makes me smile. If you can see Cooper there in the corner, he's hoping that I'm going to drop a little bit of extra bacon his way. So we're getting this all finished up. In the end, you'll have about 8 of these enchiladas to put in the pan. We'll get them rolled up nice and tight, but we don't do perfect here, so don't worry about being perfect. Go ahead and pour that gravy over the top. Oh, that is so decadent. And we're going to make that all spread out all over the top, and we're going to add the rest of our bacon. Sorry, Cooper. And then we're going to add shredded cheese on top of that. Not too much cheese because you don't want it to be a gloopy mess, but just enough to give it a little bit of that flavor on top. Now, we did have some eggs left over, and you know, when you have leftover eggs, and you have chickens, chick, 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 babies. Come on, Dylan. We've got our oven preheated to 375 degrees, so we're going to go ahead and set our timer for 20 minutes. You can hear the whirl of my mixer. We're keeping it classy over here at Mama Said So. The little thingy broke off of it that keeps it from popping up, so I have a cookbook jammed in it. So it doesn't move around. Thank you so much for watching today. Go ahead and screenshot these recipes. Let me know if you tried it and what you think. And if you have your favorite version of breakfast enchiladas. Bye!